Hello everyone and welcome back to another session of Parkinson's Voice Group. As always, we're so excited you could join us. Let's review our plan for today's session. So this video will contain vocal warm-ups, reading exercises, cognitive exercises, and a cool-down exercise. So another quick reminder about what speaking with intent means in some ways to increase that vocal level that we're shooting for. So some ways to do this are by taking a deep, big breath before beginning to speak, by using your abdomen muscles to force air out of the lungs, by maintaining good posture, and by making sure to adequately open your mouth when speaking. So all of those tips above and that I just read to you will do wonders for helping to increase your voice level and your overall intensity. Having said that, let's warm up. The first exercise we have for today is the may, me, my, mo, moo exercise. So for this, we will say each word and make sure we're gliding from word to word nice and smoothly using connected speech. So it will sound like this. May, me, my, mo, moo. So we want to make sure we are holding those words out nice and long and gliding from one word to the next like it's a giant connected word. We also want to make sure that we are shooting for that 75 to 80 decibel loudness. So we will do this warm-up exercise 5 times. So go ahead, make sure you're sitting up nice and straight with your feet flat on the ground. Make sure your shoulders are back. You take in a nice deep breath and get ready to go. Round 1. Ready, set, go. Great work, everyone. Let's get ready for round 2. Ready, set, go. Great work. Round number 3. Ready, set, go. Great work. Round number 4. Ready, set, go. Great work. And for the last and final round, ready, set, go. Excellent work, everyone. The next exercise we have is the sustained ah. So for this exercise, we are going to hold out an ah for 10 seconds for as loud as you can, and we're going to do this 5 times. So this exercise will sound like this. Ah. All right, and again, we are shooting for that 75 to 80 decibel loudness. It's also important to keep in mind that anything higher than 80 decibels is no longer healthy and safe for your vocal folds. So we really want to stay inside of that 75 to 80 decibel range. All right, for round 1, ready, set, go. Great job, everyone. That sounded excellent. For round 2, ready, set, go. That was round 3. Great work. Make sure you're taking a nice, big, deep breath before we start. For round number 4, ready, set, go. Wonderful, wonderful, everyone. For this last round, make sure you are being loud and proud. Ready, set, go. Great work, everyone. That concludes this exercise. Have the glide from low to high, and then back from high down to low. We are going to do this exercise 5 times. Remember to keep in mind to work on your vocal intensity. So this exercise will sound like this. Ah. Pause, take a breath, and then ah. So for this exercise, we want to try to glide as smoothly as we can from low to high. Pause, take a breath, and then back down from high to low. So for round number 1, ready, set, go. Great work. Round number 2, ready, set, go. Good job, everyone. For round number 3, remember to stay loud. Ready, set, go. Round number 4, ready, set, go. Great work, everyone. Last round of this exercise. Make sure to take a nice, big, deep breath. Ready, set, go. Wonderful job, guys. You all sounded great. Moving on to the next exercise. So for our functional phrases exercise, we will read each of these phrases on your screen 2 times. So let's start from the beginning. We'll work all the way down the list and then to start back over at the top. Some things to keep in mind for this exercise is that we want each and every word to be nice and intentful. So make sure you're really focusing on the sound and strength of every single word. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and get started. The first phrase is, how was your day? Ready, set, go. Next we have, thanks for the drink. Ready, set, go. The next phrase is, it was good to see you too. Ready, set, go. The next one is that a new shirt? Ready, set, go. The next one is, when is the party? Ready, set, go. And lastly, we have, I stayed home this weekend. Ready, set, go. Great job, everyone. Wonderful job focusing on the intent for each and every word. So let's do it again just like that, starting back up at the top. The first phrase is, how was your day? Ready, set, go. Next we have, thanks for the drink. Ready, set, go. The next one is, it was good to see you too. Ready, set, go. Next we have, is that a new shirt? Ready, set, go. Up next we have, when is the party? Ready, set, go. The next one is, I stayed home this weekend. Ready, set, go. Excellent work, everyone. We have one more exercise and then we will take a brief break. So the last exercise before we grab a sip of water is counting. So for this exercise, we are going to go through each line 2 times in a row. We are focusing on making each word connect with the next, just like during the may, me, my, mo, and moo exercise. So it should sound like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, and again. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then we would move on to the next row, doing it twice as well. So make sure you are dragging out each word nice and long and gliding into the next. Let's go ahead and get started. On the first row, here we go. Ready, set, go. And again. Good work, everyone. Make sure you are maintaining that good posture with your feet flat on the ground, your back up nice and straight, and your shoulders rolled down and back. That will help with your intensity in all of these exercises. So go ahead, correct your posture, and let's move on to the second row. It should sound like this. 25, 30, 35, 40. And again. 25, 30, 35, 40. For round number 2, for all of you, ready, set, go. And again. Great work. Moving on to the third row, it will sound like this. 45, 50, 55, 60. And again. 45, 50, 55, 60. Ready, set, go. and again. Great work, everyone. One more row to go for this exercise. The last row, starting with 65, will sound like this. 65, 70, 75, 80, and again. 65, 70, 75, 80. All right, everyone, get ready, set, go. And again. Great work. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. It's super important to stay well hydrated during all of these intense exercises, but also in your day-to-day life because it will help to improve your speech. So go ahead, pause this video if needed, grab a quick sip of water, and then come on back when you're ready. For those of you who are ready to get going, let's start with the reading exercises. So today we have some quotes that I picked out for us, and we are going to read each of these quotes using intent. As always, we are reaching for that 75 to 80 decibel sound level. We also want to make sure to use intent with each and every word we speak. Let's start at the top and we will read each of these quotes 2 times. All right, so the first one will sound like this. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. All right, everyone, your turn to read through this first quote. Ready, set, go. Great job, everyone. That sounded great. Let's move down to the next quote. It will sound like this. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. All right, you guys are up. Ready, set, go. Wonderful job using intent, everyone. Let's continue down to this last quote. It will sound like this. We can't help everyone, but we can help someone. Ready, set, go. Excellent work, everyone. Let's go through these quotes one more time to get in a little bit of extra practice. You guys are all doing wonderfully. So again, starting at the top, the first quote will sound like this. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Ready, set, go. Great work. On to the second quote, it will sound like this. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. Ready, set, go. Excellent, everyone. Let's go on down to this last quote. It will sound like this. We can't help everyone, but we can help someone. Ready, set, go. Great work. I have a couple more quotes for you all. Let's move on to the next. So let's start back up at the top. We'll only go through these quotes one time. That way we can move on to the cognitive exercises. So this first quote will sound like this. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Ready, set, go. You all are sounding great. On to the next quote. It will sound like this. America was not built on fear. America was built on courage, on imagination, and an unbeatable determination to do the job at hand. Ready, set, go. Great, everyone. Down to this last quote, it will sound like this. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. Ready, set, go. Wonderful work, everyone. All right, so now we are on to the cognitive exercises. So go ahead and grab out a pen and paper. We are going to be writing down the steps for building a sandcastle. So we are aiming for at least 4 steps, but feel free to get creative and add in a couple extra if you see fit. It might be helpful to go ahead and pause this video, jot down a few steps, and then come on back when you're ready to share. So I'll go ahead and share my steps that I came up with first. So in order to build a sandcastle, I said first we would need to find a bucket and a shovel. Then we would have to go someplace sandy. Next, we would have to pack your bucket full of damp sand. And then dump it over on the ground. Now I would love to hear your 4 steps that you came up with. So make sure to read each step with intent. Ready, set, go. Great work, everyone. Those steps were perfect. Let's move on to the next exercise. So next, plan the steps for planning a picnic. So go ahead, jot down 4 steps required when you are planning a picnic, and then come on back and we will compare notes. Okay, everyone, feel free to pause the video if you need more time. I'll go ahead and start us off by reading the steps that I came up with. So the first step necessary when planning a picnic is to pick a time and a place. Next, I would call my friends and see if they could come. Then I would make the food. And lastly, I would meet up at the location with my friends. So for all of you, I would love to hear your steps for planning a picnic. Read each one with intent. And remember, we are still shooting for that 75 to 80 decibel loudness. Ready, set, go. All right, everyone, great work. Let's move on to the next one. So left for us today, I have one more cognitive exercise. So plan the steps for planning a road trip. So jot down the things you would need to get in order before and while planning a road trip. Feel free to pause this video and come on back when you're ready to compare your answers with mine. So when I was thinking about planning a road trip, the first thing I would do is decide when I wanted to go. Then I would decide where I wanted to go. Next, I would make sure to pack supplies. And then I would hop in the car and take off. So go ahead, guys, and read the steps you would take to plan a road trip with intent. Ready, set, go. Wonderful, everyone. It was great hearing your unique different steps that you would take to plan a road trip. Let's go ahead and finish out our session with a cool down. So for these last couple of exercises, we are going to hold out a few more long ahs. So for the first one, we are going to hold out a loud ah for 10 seconds. 5 seconds. It should sound like this. Ah. All right, great work, everyone. So go ahead, take a deep breath, and get ready to go. Ready, set, go. Excellent. Now we have the loud and long sustained ah. So for this exercise, we are going to hold out a long and loud ah for as long as you can. We still want to shoot for that 75 to 80 decibel loudness, and we also want to make sure that we are using a good vocal quality during this exercise. So we want to maintain a nice smooth and steady sound. We also want the sound of the ah to be in our speaking voice instead of up high in our singing voice. So make sure your ah is nice and low, just like if you were saying hello. All right, everyone, I will count out for you all the seconds, but feel free to time yourself on a watch or some other means on your phone. So get ready and remember, hold out this loud ah for as long as you can. We're shooting for about 20 to 25 seconds for this. All right, everyone, ready, set, go. Ten seconds. 15, 20, 25, 30. Great work, everyone. Go ahead, take a deep breath, grab a sip of water, and let's get ready to jump into the last exercise. We have one more loud and long ah. So take a deep breath and get ready. Ready, set, go. 10 seconds. 15, 20, 25, 30. Great work, everyone. Well, that concludes our last cool down exercise, which is also the end of this session. So if you have any ideas or comments, please send them along to Lindsay's email, which is listed on your screen. Make sure to keep up with these videos twice a day, every day. And thanks for joining us.